To be sure, the United States is in an AI race with our key adversary, the People's Republic of China, and the stakes could not be higher. Whoever wins the artificial intelligence race will gain an edge in economic power, military dominance, technological leadership, and global influence. This is the defining competition of the century. At the end of last year, the President signed into law the the National Defense Authorization Act, which included my bill, the Comprehensive Outbound Investment National Security, or COINS Act, also known as the Fight China Act. The COINS Act ensures that Americans are not unknowingly funding the Chinese military-industrial complex by restricting the flow of capital and investment into Chinese military companies or critical technologies, including artificial intelligence. Mr. Pottinger, you've been long an advocate for this outbound investment regime. How should the Treasury Department think about defining AI in their outbound rulemaking? I literally just came from another hearing across this building with Assistant Secretary of Treasury for Investment Security, and the new Assistant Secretary Chris Pilkerton, and I asked him about Treasury's plan for implementation of this. Can you give advice to Treasury on this?
Thanks for your leadership on these issues, Congressman. And I would be, I'd want to prepare something thoughtful in talking to them, but Treasury is a major national security component of the U.S. government, including on where capital flows in ways that could harm us in our lead on AI, or conversely expand our lead.
Well, export controls is obviously an important tool in the economic statecraft toolbox, but so is Treasury implementation of this legislation. The question really is, will limiting investments, Western investments, into AI that advances Chinese military and surveillance capabilities onshore those investments into U.S. firms that can in turn supercharge U.S. competitiveness in this race?
I think so.
Okay. Let me move to another component of the AI race, and that's power. That is the massive increase in power demand that will accompany these AI data centers. Firm baseload power is paramount to the future of AI, as our own Department of Energy estimates that data center power demand is likely to double or even triple by 2028. Kentucky, my home state, is a massive coal-producing state. We literally, after 115 years of mining coal, still sit on an ocean of coal. However, under the two previous Democrat presidents, and because of their burdensome war on coal regulatory policies, the U.S. has retired over 290 coal plants since 2009. That's over 120 gigawatts of power, of baseload firm dispatchable power in this country. Meanwhile, China builds and approves roughly 2 new coal power plants a week. Because of this, we are on the precipice of losing the AI race to China. Mr. Pottinger, my staff recently shared with you a copy of my plan to revive Kentucky coal jobs and power the technologies of the future. What should be done to increase baseload energy production, including Kentucky coal, and help our president win this AI race against China?
Thanks, Congressman, and thanks to your staff for sharing that. I'm in firm agreement that we need an all-energy approach to our power mix and to AI, and of course that also means next generation sources as well. We've got to win in the advanced fission, nuclear, and certainly fusion power race as well. But it has to be traditional sources as well.
Yeah, I mean, nothing can replace dispatchable baseload firm power. Intermittent power sources is not going to cut it in the AI race. If we want to win the AI race, we have to be realistic about what China is doing with fossil energy and what we're doing with fossil energy, and we cannot meet the power demands right now. We're looking at 100-time increase in blackouts because of these speculative investments in green energy, and we've abandoned the firm baseload power that we need for AI dominance. Mr. Pottinger, last question. China is nanoseconds behind us, according to Jensen Huang. What other policies should Congress be specifically targeting to help the president win this AI race?
I think the president's AI action plan lays out a lot of very good stuff, right? Including deregulation, making land available. It includes ensuring that China does not have access to the same computing power. Just a few minutes ago, we were talking about how important it is. The only thing worse than giving China really powerful advanced American chips would be giving China the ability to make its own advanced powerful AI chips. And so American companies have already been restricted from selling semiconductor making equipment to China. We need to make sure that the Netherlands and Japan and other countries are not, should have to abide by the same rules that American companies are, because it's actually going to make the democratic world safer and more prosperous.
Thank you for your